And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Come on, everybody. Here we go.
It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Filmbox Podcast 420 edition. It's 420 when you're hearing this. Not when we're recording this, but when you're hearing it. And welcome to the greatest movie podcast in the world. I'm your host, Aaron Souza, joined by the usual crew, again, as always. Connor and Sam, how you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing good.
And also, what are you drinking? Do we have a Franny's in the mix?
I do not. I got Synergy kombucha and
Ew.
good old-fashioned water.
Got black cherry
Already took a-
seltzer water.
Water.
All right, don't be
And
mad at
for
me.
No
the-
Franny's.
You got the fridge behind you.
I don't anymore. It's out in the main room.
Oh,
But
well, I
You
can
know,
always
it's
I
fine.
can always walk back there and grab one, but
they live on in our hearts. What are we even talking about? Since when do you drink? What do you think about kombucha? Before we get into anything, because man, I hate kombucha.
I hated it for the longest time. But I don't know. I've been giving it a second try. My girlfriend Erin's been doing it. She's been recommending them, and they're not as bad as I remember. This one's a
Interesting.
gingerberry flavor, which we'll see, but this
Sounds
is,
about right.
but yeah, this is from GT Dave. If you ever saw that Cody Ko and Noel video,
Nope.
it was fun.
Not a clue. Well, we got a very fun episode for today. In honor of the holiday.
Yeah, we were
''tis
baked
the
out of our
season.
minds.
No.
That's the question. It should have been, what strand are you smoking today, boys?
There you go.
For the record, I do not partake in the devil's lettuce. So
How they
God
do
is
it.
always watching us. If it's legal in a state that you're in, happy holidays. If not, forget we ever said it.
Yeah, don't listen to this episode.
Listen, but don't indulge.
There you go.
listen.
So today we're going to be reviewing Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, which,
Yep.
I mean, this is what it is. But before we do that, we got a few orders of business to take care of. First, our 30 pods of movies this week. How many are we in now? What day are we on? Does anyone know?
We're almost done.
Getting
Actually,
close to the end, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting close. We've been. This was like a cool thing that we were like, yeah, let's do this, and now it's like, holy shit, it's taking forever.
We're on day 25.
Oh my god, we're almost done. What are we gonna do after this?
Start a new
Stick
one.
around to find out. It started. Yeah, there you go. Start a new one. All right, so it's the movie that we recommend the most. So who wants to kick us off? Oh, there goes a cat.
I'll go first because I can be quick. I know you guys have a couple. So, first movie that I recommend a lot is, surprise, surprise, one of the Spider-Verse movies. But the real answer is Fantastic Mr. Fox from Wes Anderson. That movie is so cute. The voice acting is so well done. I love the animation. And it's a real quick watch. It's not like...
Yeah.
I don't even think it's like 90 minutes. It might not even be
Yep.
an hour, the more I think about it. But
Yep.
yeah, Fantastic Mr. Fox. It's one that I can recommend, and people are like, oh, okay. It's nice. It's cute.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll go next because I have, same sort of vibes. I've got 3 picks. One that's kind of just like, no duh, but it's recent, is Dune 2. I mean, I've just been telling everyone to go watch Dune 2. But my real picks, probably, if I were to recommend someone like just a really, really good movie, it's probably going to be like La La Land. But in a similar vein to you of like, here's a movie, it's a quick watch, it's easy, it's cute, it's fun, whatever. My
good.
pick for my recommendation is Chef with Jon Favreau.
I still gotta see
It's
it.
a great movie. It's a great movie. It's just so easy to watch, and it's perfect.
Cool. All right, I'll go. So I wanted to stay away from like the usual, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Harry Potter,
Oh, really?
Indiana Jones. I wanted to stay away from that. So I got three, and then my third place I have another kind of cute little animated movie ish. Is Paddington.
The Aristocats.
No,
yes.
Paddington.
Yes.
Paddington. Paddington.
Let's
Paddington.
go, baby.
The Padding Goat.
Padding Goat.
Dude, Paddington fucking rocks.
I do. Like
I haven't seen it yet.
I do like the first one better than the second one, although I know the second one gets higher reviews.
That's fair. I love the prison scene in the second one where he turns all their uniforms pink and they're all making marmalade together.
Yep.
What the fuck is this movie?
You need to
It's-
watch
it's-
it.
Fever dream.
It's so cute.
Maybe we should have watched this for 420.
Imagine getting high and watching Paddington with the boys. Could be us.
Good.
My runner-up is The Three Musketeers, the original with Kiefer Sutherland,
Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
I was going to say Charlie Sheen. Why can't I think? Tim Curry.
Yes. Chris O'Donnell.
Yep, Chris O'Donnell. Yeah, those guys.
D'Artagnan. It's my favorite line in any movie. It's just D'Artagnan.
And then my number one is of course Wind River with
Yeah.
Interesting.
Liz
Wind River's so
Olsen
good.
and Jeremy Renner.
Jimmy Renner and John Berthnall for
Yep, for
fat 2 minutes.
like 5 minutes.
For like 30 seconds.
You just see him fucking anyways.
Huh? Huh?
Watch the movie and you'll know.
Yeah, well. We'll see. All right. Anyways, also before we get into kind of the games and the review and stuff like that, we got to talk about what we've been watching lately, because it's been a little bit. We've seen some movies. First off, before we go down, what list is what, or who's seen what? How many on your list, each of you?
5.
8.
Oh, I've also got 8.
Nice. I feel like
Alright.
I'm missing ones though. Oh, you know what it is?
Did you log Harold and Kumar?
No, I did. It's because I'll just get to it once we do my list.
Okay.
Why don't we
fair
hear
enough.
your list first?
Yeah, why don't we kick it off
Pull
with you
my
then?
arm. Pull my arm. All right. I've been on a bit of a banger streak. So I watched the Omen, the original from 1976, just to prepare myself for the first Omen, which I saw later that day, or the next day.
So which one came first?
The first.
Wait, the first Omen came
Whoa,
first?
wait.
The first Omen came first? Or the Omen first came first?
But which
Then I
one
saw
is really
North by
first?
Northwest.
Is that one first?
As per my, I have a list on my Letterboxd called Film Appreciation. Those are the movies that you guys pick for me at the end of each episode. Watched Monkey Man. If Dune 2 did not exist, that's definitely my favorite movie of the year. It's comfortably number 2. I saw The Hunt with Matt Mikkelsen. Really, really uncomfortable movie, but incredibly well acted. I watched Snack Shack. That was good. Made me tear up a bit. Yeah. Then I watched.
I do want to ask before you move on. For Snack Shack, I very much love the movie.
Yes.
But the female lead, I forget her name now off the top of my head.
The
character, at least.
her name was Brooke.
Yes. all I could think of watching her in that movie, because of how the lines were and kind of that delivery or whatever, not to say it was bad, but have you guys seen on TikTok that chick that does the insufferable female indie leads?
Yeah.
A female lead from an indie movie. All I could think of while I was watching that, I was like, oh my God, this is hitting that stereotype.
What's she called?
very
Shithead?
funny. Yeah.
Hey, shithead. Yeah,
something
no,
like that.
it was very much like a all right, this girl's not like other girls.
Yeah, it was. But
She's
it was still good
adventurous.
nonetheless.
She's promiscuous. No, it was very good. The ending made me tear up.
Mm-hmm.
And Gabriel LaBelle, low-key jacked.
He's ripped. He's so ripped.
Listen, that was almost my pick for Spider-Man. But yeah, no, he was really good in that. And that Harold and Kumar go to White Castle for today's episode. Then I watched The Worst Person in the World. It's been on my watch list for forever.
Yep.
Incredible movie. Also made me tear up. And the reason I thought I'd watch more is because I watched half of Cha-Cha Real Smooth again before my computer crapped out.
No.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Like, what happened to your computer?
Like, I didn't have it plugged in, so it just died.
I thought you meant it broke.
Oh,
I was
no. It crapped out. Completely avoidable had I just plugged it in. But I was busy Friday, so I had other things to do.
Nice. Cool. Well, Sam, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next.
Cool.
So I have a variety of things I've watched. So I rewatched the original Scream.
Nice.
Nice.
Interesting pick in April.
So I was listening to our podcast on the Scream episode.
Yeah.
Re-listening to that, and it kind of really made me want to watch the movie again. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just watch the movie again. So
Glad we did a good job. Although I will say that Scream episode was the one episode I remember where it was long. It was going long.
It was dragging.
I went scene by scene.
You not only you went like plot point by plot point.
Yeah. You went dialogue from dialogue. You recited the entire movie in our podcast.
It was a reading.
Enter Sydney and Dewey. Stage right.
Yeah.
Dewey.
We definitely cleaned it up after that episode, but I do remember recording that. I was like, just thinking like at the end, I was like, man, there's only been 2 episodes like that where I've thought, like, man, that was a long one. And it was Scream, and then all the way back in like episode 3 when I did the Making of Star Wars episode with Connor. And I was just talking for I was like, never again.
Now.
Never again.
I was like,
that one was awesome.
He's talking.
Yeah, that one was bad.
We live and we learn, we grow.
Yes.
I also watched X-Men First Class.
Nice.
I also watched Monkey Man. Now You See Me. And then Harold and Kumar, White Castle.
Very nice. That's an eclectic taste, if I've ever seen it. And I've seen 8 movies, like I said. So I started off with Licorice Pizza, the Paul Thomas Anderson coming-of-age rom-com set in the 70s. I liked it, but it wasn't as good as I was hoping it would be. Mainly for the fact that I did not like the character, Cooper Hoffman's character, all that much. I thought he was a sleazebag and he was only 15. And I guess kind of the point, but also I didn't like it.
Did you know that he's married to Maya Rudolph?
Who? Cooper Hoffman?
No. Paul Thomas Anderson. Sorry, I should have.
Oh my God! I was like, what?
No, that's a child.
Literally, I was like, what are you talking about?
No, because I saw a TikTok that it was something Maya Rudolph was doing, and someone said she's really out here like making bank so that she could fund her husband's failed movies. And I was like, oh, who's her husband? Is it like some like up and comer who just hasn't broken it? No, it's Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson. One of the best directors of the modern age.
So, plot twist. On Google, it says that she's just his partner.
Oh.
Not spouse.
Not official.
I feel like it's one.
Unofficial.
Since 2001.
Yeah, I feel like it's
Jesus.
one of those things where it's like
We're just not gonna get married.
what, we don't need the label. We've been doing this for almost 20 years. We're good.
Yeah. Let's see. So that one was pretty decent. I saw Musica, the Rudy Mancuso and Camila Mendes movie, talking about people who are dating. Did you know that those two are dating? Because I didn't.
I did know that. Yeah,
Had no idea.
I was like, why? But
That was a wild like pairing. But I mean, good for him. Good for them both. Really. I mean, Musica was very, very good. I thoroughly impressed. It was really, really solid. And did you know too, Mancuso, he co-wrote, starred in, directed, choreographed, and composed that movie.
I did know that.
He just did everything. It's insane. And I rewatched Dune Part 2 again. Because it came out on streaming and it's the GOAT. Watched Despicable Me 2 on TV. Because that was on. Rewatched Anyone But You. Because why not?
Why not?
Why not? I watched for the first time Wet Hot American Summer with Paul Rudd.
Oh my
And
gosh.
that was an experience. That was when we decided to do Harold and Kumar for this episode. I was like, yeah, we'll do that. Let me watch this other one that perfectly fits the vibe as well. And I was like, man, we should have done this one for the episode. So that movie's insane. And then obviously Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. But the one I really wanted to mention, I had the opportunity to go see Civil War, Alex Garland's new movie, early before it came out, which was a great experience. But I want to talk about it real quick. I know you guys haven't seen it, but I've seen a lot of online discourse about this movie because of the setting of it and being taking place in an American Civil War. And having seen the movie, I thought that they didn't really go into it as much as they should have.
Yeah, I saw a review that was basically saying like this is more about the journalism of a war and
It
not
is.
the war itself.
It is. It's dives very heavily into journalism in times of war and the sort of responsibility that those people have, and that moral issue of those are people in the conflict but not really in the conflict, and its whole thing. So I thought it was weird that it was set in such a wild premise of, oh yeah, American Civil War, modern day. But I see people online, the discourse online about it of like, and I'm not getting political at all, but like people on the right accusing it of being a liberal movie and people on the left accusing it of being a right-wing movie. And it's like, clearly no one has seen the movie. And it's like, even like when I posted it on Facebook and I did some advertising around my review of it, but like comments that people were leaving, it's like, oh, so you just have no idea what the movie's about, or even, you just see that it's a movie about an American Civil War. So it has to be leftist or it has to be right wing. And it's like, guys, can we just watch movies?
I thought
Like,
that's
come
why
on.
he made it California and Texas teaming up. It's like trying to make it as like non-political as possible.
Yeah. No, it's just frustrating in this era of like everything is so hyper political that like we can't just sit down and try and enjoy a movie. And like this movie was clearly not trying to send a message of the right or the left are bad. It was just it was a movie about really journalism, and fucking scary movie at that. Freaked me the fuck out the whole time. But anyways, that's my rant on that. Jesse Plemons should win Best Supporting Actor.
He's one of those guys, and I love it when the Twitter feed knows exactly what I want to see. I saw one thing about Civil War, and then I scrolled down a bit, and it was all like, man, Jesse Plemons is just one of those vibe changers you put in a movie, and it's like, oh shit, we're gonna get a movie now.
Dude, he had one scene in the movie, but it was the most intense, like anxiety-inducing, scariest scene. Like I literally was looking at it like, like shaking. Like I didn't know what was gonna happen, and that doesn't happen to me when I watch movies. It was purely based off of him and his performance. So we'll talk about it when you guys see the movie, but please go do. Anyways, all right, that's what I've seen lately. So let's move on. We're 20 minutes in. Let's do your game.
Cool. All right, so I got a few of them for you guys today. And if you're just joining in and you don't know what my game is, go back and re-listen to the previous episodes.
Hey, I like the plugs.
So I pick a random actor or actress, and I tell Aaron and Connor about who that actor or actress is. They have to, and I also give them 6 of their top-rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's their job to put it in order from top 1 through 5, and then there's an outlier. So one that's like could be like
dud.
Yeah, it could be like 20% or whatever. Similar to what Aaron's Rotten Tomatoes game is too. So
yeah.
All right, first up, we got Amy Adams.
Interesting.
I know this one has been in the chamber for a while.
This has been in the chamber for a while. So movies. Her.
Okay.
Talladega Nights. The Ballad
Oh my God.
The Ballad of Ricky
She's in
Bobby. Apparently. The Muppets. This is the kind of the live action one.
Haven't seen any of the Muppets, so I didn't even know there was more than one.
Yeah, I think that one.
Okay.
Catch Me If You Can. It's the one with Leo and Tom Hanks. Arrival.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
And Enchanted.
Okay. So off the rip, Connor, I know that Arrival and Her are going to be at the top.
I feel like Talladega Nights might be the throwaway, but I feel like it's.
I honestly,
I think
it might also be Catch Me If You Can, because if I remember correctly, that one was not rated very well.
I don't know.
Maybe in like the 70s.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Maybe.
like.
Well,
the time frame. I was like,
in the 70s.
I don't think it was. It didn't come out in the 70s. No, I feel like that.
I know, I get it. I get it.
Wow.
Like that's a bit more modern if Amy Adams is in it. No, I feel like that one. I feel like that one's pretty high up there. With her, Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Can't be the Muppets, is it? Well, I think it could also be Enchanted. As much as I don't want to admit it,
It could be Enchanted. It could also be Talladega Nights.
so I would say.
Could also be Arrival.
It can't be Arrival. There's no chance it's Arrival.
That's not even a hint. That's just don't bother. All right. So let's do Arrival 1.
Okay.
Her 2.
Her 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do Catch Me If You Can 3.
Okay. I'm good with that. And
Muppets.
this is where
Let's do Muppets, Talladega, Enchanted.
Muppets. You think the Muppets? You think the Muppets is that high?
You think the Muppets is that high? I do. I do think it is that high.
Okay. I'll trust you. I've never seen it. So Muppets, then Talladega,
And then Enchanted.
and Enchanted. I don't know, man.
What would you switch?
I feel like Talladega might be the throwaway, and Enchanted might sneak in.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
So Talladega 6, Enchanted 5. I want to kind of speed this along so we can get through it.
Okay.
All right. So Sam, we have Arrival 1, Her 2, Catch Me If You Can 3, Muppets 4, Enchanted 5, Talladega Nights 6.
Now, before you go through the winners or the actual order, I just want to say that every time we do this, without fail, Connor and I always end up like switching something at the last second that was actually right, or we got none of them right on one, and that was
Jennifer
the greatest
Lawrence.
moment in this podcast.
Yeah.
Because I thought I had it all, and I launched a pen across the room.
There was also the time, I think it was Harrison Ford, where I had it right. You decided to change it at the last minute.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
All because you didn't think The Fugitive was great.
All right, let's hear it, Sam. What is the order?
All right, starting from the bottom. The throwaway is Talladega Nights.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
One on the board.
The Ballad of Rick and Bobby at 71%.
Wait, what? All of these are above 70?
Just wait until you get to number 5 at a 93%.
Pardon?
Huh?
It's Enchanted.
Damn, two on the board. Dude,
Whoa.
Enchanted, real cinema.
A 93.
I do love Enchanted. I watched that with Aaron recently, not you, Aaron, the good Aaron. She likes when I give her shout outs.
Hey.
Goodbye.
Number 4 is Her.
What?
At 94%. Number 3, you guys might rage, is Arrival
Damn.
at 94%.
What?
Guess what number 2 is?
The Muppets.
It's not Catch Me If You Can.
The Muppets at 95% is number 2.
Damn.
And Catch Me If
Is
You
it-
Can at
is it that good?
96% on Rotten Tomatoes.
You know, I realized about halfway through talking about it that I was thinking of Now You See Me and not Catch Me If You Can.
I was about to say there's no shot because Catch Me If You. I saw that in accounting. That's how good it was. They're like, at one point he forges a check. Therefore, it's we could watch it in accounting.
There you go. We can watch it. What? The Muppets?
At 95%.
Enchanted? Okay. Damn, Amy Adams been in some heat. I'll tell you what.
It's like that was the Jeremy Renner too when we did him. All of his was over 90 also. All right, next up we got the GOAT Andy Serkis.
Something in the way.
Okay. Copyright. We can't sing that on the podcast.
I mean, okay, starting off, I could say, all right, the Batman.
Let's get it.
The Batman.
Lord of the Rings,
Is that
Return of the
Bats?
King.
Who was he? Who was he in the Batman?
He was Alfred.
Alfred.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm so used to him playing like villains that I forgot.
All right, so we got the Batman,
Lost the Wayne.
Lord of the Rings, Return of the King,
Turn of the King.
Lord of the
my
Rings, The Two
favorite.
Towers,
My second favorite.
Shut the fuck up. You haven't seen him.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens,
Throw away.
No,
War.
I thought we went through it. The Force Awakens was like decent.
War for the Planet of the Apes, and Black Panther.
All right, Black Panther is. I mean, so at the top it's going to be Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, and the Batman. I know that for sure.
Oh, sure.
I mean, unless.
What do you think is the throwaway?
It's got to be Star Wars. It's got to be Star
It's got to
Wars.
be Lord of the Rings.
Shut the fuck up. I haven't seen any of the Planet of the Apes movies. Is War good?
War, I think, was pretty good. That's the last one, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
I think that might be like the second best one, though. I cannot tell you.
But Black Panther's solidly in the 80s. The problem is all of these are definitely in the 80s. Except for Lord of the Rings. The two Lord of the Rings are in the 90s. I know that for sure. Return of the King is The high is number 1.
Return of the King 1?
Return of the King 1.
You said Two Towers was 1.
No, Return of the Kings is 1. Two Towers is 2. For sure.
It's gonna be, I don't think so.
No, I know for a fact. Return of the King won Best Picture.
Wasn't Black Panther like stupid high though?
Black Panther I thought was mid-80s.
I don't think so. I thought Black Panther.
I thought it was.
I might stake my ground. I think Black Panther might be 1.
All right. It's not, but we'll go with it.
How much you want to bet? Trust
If
my
it
gut.
is, I'll trust your gut. I'll trust your gut.
Trust the gut that I need to drink kombucha to heal. Because
All right. The Batman might end up being the throwaway here, and that pisses me off.
Was Force
Like
Awakens
that might
high?
be like 80. What?
Was Force Awakens that high? Because now that I
It's
think
low
about
80s.
because we talked about the box office, not the score. So
Yeah.
bad movies make a bunch of money all the time.
I feel like it was either high 70s or low 80s. So it could. I'm down to put it in the throwaway. That would be, but that would also be a very much a layup from Sam. And I know he's smarter than that.
Maybe it is War for Planet of the Worlds.
Huh?
What? Wait,
What did I say?
War for Planet of the Worlds.
you were definitely thinking about War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise instead of the Planet of the Apes.
War for Planet. I want to make that movie now. War for Planet of the Worlds. All right. I don't know. All right. Let's
Gonna need an answer
decide
soon.
here.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
which Lord of the Rings was better.
Return of the King, then Two Towers,
All right, so let's do
then.
2.
So let's do Star Wars as the throwaway.
I think it's War though.
Okay, War,
So we'll do War 6.
and then Star Wars, and then So going from the bottom up. So it's all right. I got the order.
So yeah, go top down.
Okay, Black Panther, Return of the King, Two Towers, Batman, Star Wars, War for the Planet of the Apes.
I thought we said 2 was 2. Two Towers were
No.
2.
No,
Jesus.
Return of the
Christ.
Kings is better. Okay, Sam, I'm locking this in.
I could have sworn you changed that like 6 times.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
I
what
could've
is the
sworn-
final? Okay, say the
The final order from top to
Aaron
bottom.
read
Yes.
it.
Black Panther, Return of the King, Two Towers, Batman, Star Wars, War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay,
All right.
wrong.
Like all wrong?
No, you got 2 right.
Oh
right.
God.
It better be Black
Aaron,
Panther.
this is gonna piss you off, but the Batman is the throwaway.
Yeah,
at,
it does.
at 85%.
No. Oh, that hurts.
At least we were low.
Number 5 is the one you got right. Star Wars is at 93%.
Huh? No way.
Yep. At 94% is
This is Black Panther.
is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
No shot, dude. What? Huh?
I want to put this one fucking.
This is
down.
why I picked Andy Serkis, because I knew you were never gonna get this one.
What?
So what did we get? Okay, so
number
we got 1 right so
3,
far.
number 3 at 94% is also War for the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
So that means
2 was 2.
2 is 2 at 95%. 2 was 2, Aaron. 2 was 2. And then Black Panther at 96%, number 1.
I'm shocked. I'm in awe right now. What the fuck?
This is why I like doing this game with Sam.
What are these ratings?
Rotten Tomatoes, brother.
There's no world where Return of the King is less rated than Two Towers. All right, whatever. Let's.
All right, one more. I got one more.
All right, let's make this one quick so we can get to the review.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Jesus.
Jesus.
So if you guys remember what I said for Catch Me If You Can, that's one of the movies.
Okay.
That was the highest.
I'm giving you a little layup right there. So,
Except it's not going to be a layup.
The Departed.
Okay.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Gilbert.
Inception. Titanic.
I did not. Have
And
enough
Killers
room
of
to
the
take it out.
Flower Moon.
Okay.
All right.
Let's rapid fire this, all right?
Gut feeling. I think Catch Me is one.
Okay.
I think
Catch. Let's
Titanic,
not overthink it.
Titanic 2.
Okay. I think Killers might be next.
Oh, I put. Then I think Departed.
All right. So Departed.
Then Inception. Then Gilbert.
Yep. Good with that.
All right.
Rapid fire. Going with our
All
gut
right.
on this one.
Read it
Brought to you
off.
by GT Dave's Kombucha.
Okay. So we've got number 1, Catch Me If You Can. Number 2, Titanic. Number 3, Killers of the Flower Moon. Number 4, Departed. Number 5, Inception. And number 6, What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Cool. All right. So number 6, the throwaway, is Inception
All right. Well, off to a great start.
at
I had a
87%.
feeling.
Number 5, Titanic
All right.
at 88%.
Yep. Here
Number
we go.
Number 4, What's Eating Gilbert Grape at 90%.
All right.
Number 3 is The Departed at 91%.
We didn't get a single fucking one.
No, we did not.
Number 2 is Killers.
Oh, we got one
No.
right.
You got
We
one.
did. We got one right. We got the one that was handed to us right.
Number
That's
2
a
is
T.
Killers at 93%, and then Catch Me If You Can at 96%.
Sam put that ball on a tee, and we hit a ground ball to first, but it's T-ball, so the kid threw it to left field.
Oh man! Wow. Never trust your gut, kids. Apparently.
No, never trust Aaron's gut, kids.
All right.
Connor's gut was right on multiple occasions.
Hey, I was too. My gut was right on
Talladega?
Enchanted in Talladega Nights. Swapping that one.
Yeah, but the
Yeah.
Muppets, though?
Well, the Muppets I've never seen. I have no frame of reference. It's bullshit.
seen the Muppets.
It's bullshit that the Muppets is rated higher than Arrival.
Yeah. Well, all right.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is kind of, yeah, I understand. All right.
So Harold and Kumar.
So, stoners. Am I right?
Oh man. All right. So I am bringing up the information on Harold and Kumar real
Yeah,
quick.
I'll rip through the the quick plot.
Go ahead.
Nerdy accountant Harold and his irrepressible friend Kumar get stoned while watching television and find themselves utterly bewitched by a commercial for White Castle. Convinced there must be one nearby, the two set out on a late-night odyssey that takes them deep into New Jersey. Somehow the boys manage to run afoul of rednecks, cops, and even a car-stealing Neil Patrick Harris before getting anywhere near their beloved sliders.
All right, so this movie, directed by Danny Liner, who also directed Dude, Where's My Car? And then a bunch of TV shows. So there you go. Written by John Hurwitz, known for the Harold and Kumar films, and also was a producer, or best known for his work on Cobra Kai. So he's got that going for him. Also written by Hayden Schlossberg. Also, so those two work together quite often. So he also worked on Cobra Kai. Produced by Nathan Kahane, who also produced Las Vegas, Neighbors, The House, Extinction, The Grudge, the 2013 Evil Dead, and
Nice.
Don't Breathe in 2016. What?
Nice.
Yeah, so he's done a fair amount. Starring John Cho, Cal Penn, and Neil Patrick Harris. So Cinematography by Bruce Douglas Johnson. Production by Senator International, Kingsgate Films, Endgame Entertainment, and distributed by New Line Cinema. Released July 30th, 2004. Budget of $9 million. It grossed $24.3 million at the box office. All right. Are we ready to run into the movie?
Yeah.
Well, Sam, do you got your reviews or the Google reviews or no?
No.
No. No. That's a no.
All
He was
good.
trying to think of something else to say. You could see he was like, how do I get out of it? It's just, no.
I'll be honest with you, Chief. I don't got it.
Oh.
All right. Well,
right.
I just found this one. Watch this. 5-star. Watch this for the first time with GF high as balls, and this movie was amazing. Amazing. We were rewatching it sober. It is still super fun and enjoyable.
There you go. So
All right,
now
there you
you
go.
got the dual review. Can you see it high? Yes. Can you see it sober? Yes.
The duality
There you
of
go.
man.
It has a 4.7 out of 5 on Google reviews.
Yeah, but Google reviews kind of suck. If we're being honest.
I saw this movie and it was the best I've ever seen. I've
Listen.
watched 2 movies.
Why are
Someone
you doing that
on
in
Google-
Aaron, why are you doing that in an Indian accent?
Time out.
I just was doing it, and I was just doing an accent. All right, it
Time
wasn't meant
out.
to be any.
Time
it
out.
wasn't meant to be insensitive in
out of
any
here.
way.
Get him out.
No. It was just meant to be a goofy voice that you
Aaron-
made into a racist one.
Aaron's getting muted.
No. All right, Connor, bring us through this movie.
I already did.
All right.
First thing we did there, champ.
I promise you guys. I promise you, we are all not high right now.
We're very sober, stone cold sober. All right, what's the first category that we have to talk
Acting.
about? I was hearkening back to our old review format of going through the movie. And I was like, yeah, let's go into that part.
Didn't you do that last time again too?
I probably did.
It is acting.
It is
Acting. I mean, it's so my initial thoughts. It's a comedy movie, so there's not a lot of
From the early
serious
2000s.
acting. Thank you.
Yeah, gotta keep that in mind.
Yes. So there's not a lot of serious acting going on. That said, is funny, and the people that they got to come in and play like bit parts were perfect. Neil Patrick Harris, hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Anthony Anderson, amazing at the Burger Man or whatever.
Me and Pookie, we made a little extra sauce. It's animal
Got a
sauce.
little extra ingredient to the sauce.
David Crumholtz.
he just looks at him. He's like, semen.
Yeah.
David
Animal
Krumholtz,
semen.
yeah, perfect. I mean, it was like every supporting character was just so good.
I have in my notes too. It feels like the side characters really. I don't want to say they stole the show because John Cho and Kal Penn were very great, but like even Jamie Kennedy showing up just to piss next to Kal Penn in the by the bush.
the
And he's
bush.
like, that scene actually made me laugh when it like pans back and you just see how much empty space there is around them. He's like,
Yeah, it's just like
you
it's
have
like
to
where does
pube
this
right
guy
here.
come from?
Even Chris Maloney too as a Freak Show.
Yes,
That
yep.
was funny.
Ryan Reynolds as the OR nurse
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
I didn't know that's where the "but why" meme came from.
Interesting. No, it was really solid. I mean, like I said, you're not going to get much drama out of it, but like everyone was perfectly cast and did their roles really well. So I was pretty happy about that.
Yeah. I definitely like the combination of John and Cal. Just like they play well off each other.
You can tell that they're friends. Like you can tell that those guys, they have a good chemistry. They hang out like they're buds, which is what this movie needed. Yeah, I mean, I have in my notes here that they're super likable too. Like they're not like the whole movie. I'm not like rooting against them. I don't think like, oh, what is this guy doing? Like, why is he being an asshole? Like, they're actually super likable, easy to root for, which for something like this you need. But any thoughts? Any other thoughts on actors?
I feel like most of my stuff comes in like story and writing. I'd say.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, for Cal Penn, he was in. Isn't he in? What else is he in?
He's in a lot.
Designated Survivor, the Kiefer Sutherland
Yeah.
TV show. I'm not sure. If
Well,
you guys
I was
know
gonna
about
say,
that.
did you guys know that he
Interesting.
worked in the Obama administration?
What?
Yeah. He joined
Doing
as the
what?
I have his profile pulled up, an associate director in the White House Office of Public Engagement as a liaison for outreach to AAPI and art communities. But then he left to go be in one of the Harold and Kumar movies. The Christmas movie of all movies.
That's hilarious.
But then he came back and then left again to be in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, and speaking of Christmas, he was in the Santa Clauses, the new reboot TV show of the Santa Claus, and honestly, like I watched the first season of that, and I did not really like him in that.
Trash can.
Like, the show was crap, and I honestly didn't really like him in that. So it was kind of like, so going into this movie, I'm like, I already knew him from that. So, but I think I liked him much better in this movie than.
Oh yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with that. I mean, he's done so much. Like, he is so recognizable too.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I like.
You're like, oh, it's this guy. I like this guy.
He was a New Girl for like 2
Yep.
episodes. You know, I know you would know that, Aaron. You totally finished the show.
I totally watched more than one episode. But I mean, same thing with John Cho too. Like, he's been in quite a bit. I didn't recognize him as much, like off the rip, but he's still been in a ton of stuff.
Oh yeah,
So I'm happy to see that they
a lot of Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm happy to see that these guys are continuing to do work.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's move on. What's the next category?
Well, we have to give this a score.
Oh yes, we do have to give this a score.
Jeez, Aaron.
All right,
Left it out the
acting.
wazoo.
What do we got?
I give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's
give
perfect for what the movie needed.
Yeah. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, only because of the supporting actors and actresses.
Yeah, I can agree with the 3.5 out of 5. I think
Honestly, yeah, that's a great point. I might bump mine up to 3.5.
I think
Okay.
Just Alone is like probably like a 2.5 for just the main leads, but like that extra point is definitely due to the supporting actors and actresses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right, moving on is story and concept.
Story and concept.
A lot of shenanigans.
Yeah, this has got to be the most simple concept for a movie I've ever seen.
Two dudes
It's literally
slicing
like
burgers.
two dudes get high and say, "Let's go to White Castle." Like, yeah, we can make a movie out of that.
I mean, that's a typical stoner's Friday night, so.
Exactly. Or I think Saturday. 420 is on a Saturday this year. That's
Yep,
crazy.
Sorry, yeah.
There you go.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
well, if you want to do Friday night, these guys went into the morning, so that would.
That was the thing too.
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, how long is this night?"
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
So much thing.
my
You guys are-
thought was, man, how long is their high? Because, like, they got stoned at, like, 9 o'clock at night, and, like, we're still going early into the AM.
Oh yeah, because they ate that shit ton of burgers.
Yeah, well, because,
morning.
and also, like, oh, there was the scene where they had, like, Kumar had the
giant bag of weed.
giant bag of weed, but they never smoke it.
No, they do.
Yeah.
I didn't see him
They smoke it with
get
the
into
cheetah.
it. With the what?
With the cheetah.
They did?
Yeah.
I must have missed that part. All right, so then now, all right, it makes sense. Makes sense
yeah.
now.
No, I was gonna say, hand up. I've indulged before. The high does not last that long.
Yeah, I was like,
mostly
man, these guys are going.
Mostly because I just get very tired. But I think they do have like refueling sessions.
I know they talk about like, hey, we got to get more, but I don't remember the specific part where they were smoking on the cheetah. But I do remember the cheetah part.
Yeah.
But I don't remember them partaking in that part. But like, it was like, oh, well, they go to the college to get weed, but they don't get the weed because the guy gets
shenanigans.
caught. Yeah, because shenanigans, and then they got they got to go get this, and then the shenanigans, and it's like, oh my god.
I hate to say it too, because I'm about to be 25 years old. Battle shits had me like crying.
That was the most disgusting thing.
It was so funny though.
It was. You sunk my battle shit. And they're like, ugh.
I don't care how old I'll be. Fucking poop jokes, fart jokes always work.
I literally have written here, battle shits is nasty.
It's
Because
so
it was
disgusting.
like, it's like, oh, you hit my frigate.
And I love too that they had to be like sandwich in between.
Oh, I know.
It was just like a ping pong game.
It was perfectly framed, and you just cut to the two of them. They're like, ugh.
You're so
Oh,
that.
man.
I like that Cal stayed a bit longer too. He was like,
Yeah.
they did say
Like,
they wanted to have sex with me. And then
Yeah.
after the battle shit went down, he was like, no, I can't.
Yeah. And then, we talked about the scene at the burger place, the burger chef or whatever, burger man with Anthony Anderson. That scene was just incredible too. I was dying
That was
laughing at
great,
that
yeah.
scene.
I like the freak show bit too. Where he's like, yeah, just make yourself comfy, have some tea, have some water, fuck my wife, whatever. And then they're like there's a lot of nudity. A lot of it was like, all right. But it was just funny that he just walks back in and he's like, you guys want to have a foursome?
Yeah,
Just
he's like,
down.
What are you doing? What, you told us we could. He's like, I did?
I did? Sounds like me. Sounds like me.
I did like how unforced most of the like comedic situations actually seemed.
I agree, yeah.
Because like it was like, okay, well, this makes sense. They got to go get more weed, and there's a party at this college, and they're gonna go there. It's not like, up until the end, kind of got a little bit out there, obviously, but for most of it, it was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. I mean, they went on a road trip and went to this nasty burger place, and also went to this college and went to whatever, blah blah blah, which I appreciated. I also really liked too how they didn't make the main characters, Harold and Kumar weren't fuck ups.
Yeah.
Like Harold works a normal 9-to-5 business job at a corporation, and Kumar is a genius.
Yeah.
I like that too. I like that they made him a
Yeah.
genius because I feel like that they could have easily just been like, no, he's a stoner, just stays at home all day.
Yeah, he's just a bum.
Yeah.
Well, I think
He's just unmotivated because he's got daddy's money.
Yeah, I think they did that well too when they showed like their apartment was like a piece
Yeah.
of shit.
Yeah.
But like their outside lives are actually decent. So
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where I like the surgery scene a lot too, where they get swept into having to perform surgery, and Kumar is just like, well, no, I'm actually a genius. I've been studying to get into medical school this entire time, so I can actually do this.
Yeah, he's like, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm really good at this. But yeah, I mean, it was. I like that. I thought the shtick was definitely getting old by the end of the movie. It was like, okay,
Yeah.
How many more of these scenarios are we gonna go through?
It's the pinnacle of just guys going through it, and it's
Yeah.
just like, how much more? can I really?
Yeah.
How much more is even entertaining?
Yeah. Yeah, because there were parts that certainly were, towards the end, seeing when they end up at hot dog heaven, and they see David Krumholtz and his roommate, and they're sharing dogs, and they're just like, man, I wish I had that. That feeling of just knowing getting exactly what you want. We gotta go to White Castle. We gotta finish this journey. It's like, all right, cool, but like, let's finish the journey now, guys.
And also, when they paraglide into White Castle, no shot. After all they went through to even find weed, no shot they're leaving it behind.
Yeah, no.
They're carrying it with them.
Also, yeah, I was not a fan of the hang glider scene. I did like the payoff, finally getting to White Castle, but the hang glider stuff was kind of stupid.
I think it was goofy, and then the same with like the cheetah scene. Like they ride the cheetah. I guess we'll talk more about it with the visuals, but I thought it was good, and then the payoff of being like, oh, I think the cheetah took us in the wrong direction. I thought that was pretty funny too, because it's a cheetah. It's not like a horse. You can't direct it.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Yep. Yeah. Although the scenes with Neil Patrick Harris were properly funny as well. So
yeah,
I give it credit for that. Anything else anyone has to add here?
Nah, yeah, I just like how clinically horny he was, like humping the back of the driver's seat.
Oh my god, it was so funny because he was on ecstasy.
Oh yeah,
Like someone just gave him ecstasy at some party, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm here now." And then he steals the car, and they see him later, and he's just got all the ladies.
yeah.
It's like, I told you guys, I told you. And they're just like,
I don't know if that car has a sunroof, to be honest.
yeah, probably not. And then when they see him at the White Castle at the beginning of at the end of the movie, and he's like, "Yeah, I know, I was an asshole. That's why I'm paying for your food, asshole." It's like, that was good. All right, let's do scores for story.
3 out of 5. I thought perfect amount of goofiness and not taking itself too serious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also gave it a 3 out of 5. Yes, it's like the typical story, I guess we were talking about, but I think they did well with the comedy aspect and everything. So,
yeah, and I went 3 out of 5 too. I mean, it was a fun story that just, I think, got old by the end.
Yeah, it's very bloated.
Yeah, but it was fun nonetheless. All right, next, what do we got?
Visuals.
So
this one's probably going to be a pretty quick section.
Yeah.
Because
I was gonna say it wasn't great. It wasn't bad.
I thought it was funny. Like,
yeah, I
funny
mean, visuals were good for sure for the most part.
What do you think about the high scene? Is all like was it the cheetah scene when it was like cartoony and stuff?
when Harold he starts seeing the vision of like Maria.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I thought like the green screen was used like in a funny way. It was like we got these two dudes just on like on a rocking horse right now, but we're gonna make it look like they're going 1 billion miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is a movie that was made in 2004. There's not a lot of need for like visual effects. There's not a lot of need for the cinematography was solid. I enjoyed how it was kind of shot in like a throwback sort of way, but I didn't like any of the CGI usage. You know, you're talking about like the cheetah stuff and the green screen. I thought it looked disgusting and I hated it. Same thing with the hang glider stuff. I was like, ew.
Yeah,
I was like, ew.
Rough.
It was. But I mean, that was few and far between. I mean, mostly it was like, you know, sound effects and jokes and you know, just shooting on location.
Yeah.
Although I will say, Freak Show looked pretty good. I will give the makeup effects a good score there.
Yeah, I couldn't even recognize them. I'm like, that definitely looks like somebody I know, but like,
Yeah, because once I saw Jamie Kennedy, I was like, oh, there's Anthony Anderson, Jamie Kennedy, obviously Crum Holtz. I was like, who else is in this movie? And I saw Christopher Maloney, and I was like, oh, I wonder when I'll see him. Yeah, and I had to do a double take. I was after the freak show scene. I was like, was that him?
I was gonna say, wait a second.
Wild.
So I think we're
All right, let's do scores for visuals.
like I said, it was just not great, not bad. So I gave it a 2.5, right dab smack in the middle.
Same.
Yeah, I'm bumping it up to a 3 because, like, for the most part, it was very practical. The couple parts where they use CGI were horrendous, but it was mostly fine. All right, next section. What do we got?
We got writing.
Writing. Hilarious.
Yeah.
This is probably the part of the movie that they did the best at.
Yeah, the movie is very funny still.
Mm-hmm. Every joke is like properly like dumb comedy without being like offensive or over the top. Like it still hits in today's age. And I mean, they're funny too. You don't just get jokes like that are
One-offs.
dumb, and you also don't get like unintentionally funny like Madam Web.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like, oh, they were trying to be serious here.
Yeah. No, I think it was just thoroughly funny. It's like the scene where after surgery he's like, do you know how to get to White Castle from here? And the guy's just like, oh yeah, no, you're just gonna bang a left onto the exit and you'll see it.
The scene in the prison or in the jail cell
yeah.
Was it Gary Anthony? Yeah, Gary Anthony Williams, where he's like, yeah, you know, I just learned over time that you just don't fight back. You just don't fight back, and then you just, and then they all come in like, he's trying to escape. It's like it's a book.
Yeah, it's like
he's got a gun. He's got a gun. It's a book.
That scene too, when like Kumar just turns around and sees the bag of weed and just like
the fantasy
stares
he
at
has.
it. The fantasy, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. He like
The fantasy scene, yeah.
it was funny too because they could have gone in many different ways, but I like that he's just a depressed husband with the bag of weed.
Yep.
It's just
It
like
went through all like the
an
stages of
abusive
like
husband too.
like getting together and like being together and then like
deadbeat husband.
yeah.
hits a bag of weed and he's like, baby, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I love you. I just get angry sometimes. I'm sorry. It's like, oh my god.
It reminds me of Big Mouth when what's his name?
Yes.
It has the relationship with the pillow.
Yes.
Oh, Jay, yes.
Jay. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So many good lines and scenes.
Where you said about battle shits. That whoever had that idea, bravo.
I know.
I think one of my go ahead.
To put it,
No, go.
I was saying,
Yeah,
I think
you go,
another
Sam.
one of my favorite lines is from David Krumholtz. Hey, you know the Holocaust? Yeah. The exact opposite of that.
oh yeah,
I'm like, so why do you
Katie Holmes' boobs.
Oh man, David Krumholtz, man, he's just the best. He's so
He
good.
really is.
You need to
I'm
get
like,
him
you
on
could
this
have said
podcast.
anything else, but you said
It's like Aaron sometimes will just be like, oh yeah, you're like, 9/11. Watching this movie made me feel like that.
Yep. No, it's just it was funny. My favorite, I don't know if you guys caught on, but the extreme sports gang, like the only one that had a name was Cole, the leader. And at one point at the end of the movie, he's like, dude, he stole your truck or something like that. And the leader's like, yeah, I know. Extreme sports obsessed man number 5.
Yeah,
It was like, oh my god. It's like it's just so good. It's just jokes like that, man. It's just so smart.
Yeah. No, this movie so far. Like you said, I don't think it definitely doesn't age badly. I think it's still funny to this day.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's give this one a score here. I honestly, I'm gonna give it a 4. It was it was too good. The writing is so smart and so witty and so funny. I couldn't not give it. And they made a movie out of going to get White Castle when you're high.
And it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I also gave it a 4.
Yeah, I gave it a 3.5.
Oh, just because I'm looking at the letterbox and someone brought up another funny line. When Neil Patrick Harris is in the car and they're like, so did you have like sex with everyone on Doogie Howser? Or whatever the show was called. And he was like, yeah. And then like even the really hot one, he was like, actually, no. I just couldn't do it.
Well, what's funny is he's actually gay in real life.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I put in my notes too. Like this and How I Met Your Mother. It's always funny when he has to play a very straight guy.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
He's
a great actor.
Great. I love him.
It's a great actor. He can do both.
All right, and then what is the next? Oh wait, scores. Sam, did you give your score?
Yep, 3.5.
Okay, 3.5. All right, and then
Wrapping it up with enjoyment.
overall, what is this? Overall, yeah, overall enjoyment. It's funny, dude. It is real funny. Mm-hmm. Even though it got old by the end, that first 45 minutes were like laugh out loud hilarious. I was loving it. I can see how like enjoyable that would be when you're stoned, like just absolutely blasted.
Yeah, I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Just is it a phenomenal movie? No. Is it really fun? Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
so
think-
simple, but it works.
Exactly. Plus, it's under 90 minutes, so it's real quick in and out, and you're good.
Yeah, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. Yeah, this isn't my type of movie, obviously. I love a good comedy, but stoner comedies aren't on my top of the list. But I still enjoyed it for what it was, and I think I was going into it not looking forward to it or like not expecting much, but I came out of it liking it a little bit more than I anticipated. So
Right. Yeah, and so I guess going into like the overall scores. So are you guys? Did you guys give your overall scores of the movie
Yeah.
just now? Okay. So yeah, and I'm giving it a 3.5. Yes, 3.5. For all the reasons that I've said and what we've talked about. I mean, it is funny and it works. All right, so we got 3.5 for me, Connor. 3.5 for you.
Yep.
Okay, and a 3 for Samuel. So that means our average is a 3.33, which, if we were to put that into our list, drops it squarely into, hold for effect, drops it squarely into the, what is that, the 10th spot on our list. Just above the 40-Year-Old Virgin and just tied with Tommy Boy.
One and the same.
Very much so.
Yeah, it's so weird to see Grown Ups in number 5.
Hey, Grown Ups is a good movie.
It's a fine movie.
It's a good movie.
One of Aaron's
wait, we got
historically...
Grown Ups that high? Holy shit!
we both gave it 3.5, so we are just as guilty. But Aaron put this in his top 25 favorite movies of all time. I'm not gonna ever let you live that down.
Yeah, no, never.
Yeah, well. All right, well, that's going to just about do it for this episode of the Film Box Podcast. I want to thank you guys for listening. And, if you like this episode, leave a rating, share it, subscribe, all that fun stuff. It helps us out, lets us know we're doing a good job, and we enjoy doing it. So, and I hope you enjoyed this special episode on 420. So it's a national holiday to some. You can check us out at the Filmbox Pod on Twitter or Filmbox Podcast on Facebook. And you can go to our website, pressplaymag.com, for reviews that we write throughout the week, throughout the month, the year, whatever, all that stuff. And you can follow us on Letterboxd, where, we write little brief things about what we see. You can keep up to date with what we see when we see them before we talk about them on the podcast. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so Connor, why don't you bring us through what movies you're going to be watching this week?
So last week it was North by Northwest and The Hunt. This week I got 6 movies on the up for debate. 6.
I'm going number 6 then.
3.
Oh yes, you guys picked the 2 I really wanted to watch. So this week I shall be watching Doctor Strangelove and A Streetcar Named Desire.
Interesting. Was Lord of the Rings on this list?
It was not. I said it last time that it would be on the next one, but I lost that sticky note, so I had to just go based off the one I still had.
All right, so, fair enough.
I'm not telling you where, but I'm putting it down on the next one.
Okay. Man. All right, cool. Well, I'll be excited to hear about that on the next episode, and we will see you next time.
Later, skaters.
Yeah.